Okay, so we're back and ready to jump into another deep dive.
Sounds good.
And today we're looking at something that well,
Yeah,
could really have a big impact on people's, later years, the
absolutely.
golden years, retirement, all that good stuff.
Right.
So President Biden, he recently signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law.
Big news. Yeah.
And this is something that we've been following for a while.
For sure. It's been making waves.
Yeah, and today we really want to kind of
Drill down.
drill down into it and figure out
That's
how it will actually affect our listeners.
that's the goal.
Because I think a lot of the coverage has been,
Kind of surface level.
surface level, exactly.
Headlines.
Yeah, and we want
We want to go
to
deeper.
go deeper, right?
Yeah.
So, we're going beyond those headlines today and really trying to understand,
The nitty gritty.
the nitty-gritty, yeah,
Abs
of this act and how it might actually change, your retirement planning.
exactly.
So one of the things that we keep hearing about with this act,
Yeah.
how it could potentially,
Yeah.
enhance, boost, improve retirement benefits for millions.
Right. That's the big talking point.
Yeah, but what does that really even mean,
Right. What does that look like in real life?
Yeah, in practice.
So basically, it
Yeah.
comes down to two things that were already in the law:
Okay,
the windfall elimination provision
okay,
and the government pension offset.
got it.
And basically, these were provisions that sometimes reduced Social Security benefits
Huh.
for people who also had a public pension,
Okay,
from like a government job.
I see.
So this new act basically tries to fix that.
So trying to make it more fair.
Exactly, yeah. Level the playing field a bit. So
Okay.
for some folks, that could mean, bigger monthly checks.
That's fantastic. That's really good news for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Definitely is, yeah.
But I know that you mentioned, specific groups
Yeah.
that this would probably affect the most.
Right.
So who are we talking about here?
So think about like public servants,
Okay.
the people who dedicated their careers, to government service,
Right.
teachers, firefighters,
like, yeah.
police officers.
Got it, yeah. Those folks.
And they often, they get a pension for that work.
Right.
But because of these old rules, sometimes their Social Security benefits were lower.
Even though they paid into the system.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
So this act is really aimed at,
Making things right.
making things right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Making it more fair.
So let's say someone is listening right now.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, hey, that's me. I'm one of those people.
Right.
How could this act change their,
The retirement. Yeah.
their outlook for retirement?
So, like we were saying, it could mean a noticeable increase in that monthly income.
Okay.
And that can mean a lot, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It can provide more financial security.
Yeah.
And for some, maybe they can even think about retiring a little earlier than they planned.
Oh, wow.
But it's important to remember it's not like a one-size-fits-all increase.
All right.
It really depends on, each person's work history
Okay.
and the details of their pension.
So how can our listener, take that information
Right.
and figure out how this act will apply to them?
Yeah, that's the key question, right?
Yeah.
So first things first,
Okay.
head over to the Social Security Administration's website. They
Okay.
have a ton of information on there
Okay.
about the act, how it works, all the details.
Got it.
You can also, talk to a financial advisor.
Yeah, that's always a good idea.
They can really help you break down the numbers, look at your specific situation.
Yeah, and personalize it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make adjustments to your retirement plan if you need to.
Okay. That's great advice.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so this all sounds pretty positive, I have to say.
It is definitely a positive step.
But are there any downsides or challenges?
That's a really good question. And you're right, we always want to look at the whole picture.
Yeah, exactly.
So one thing to think about is the long-term impact on Social Security,
Okay.
the program itself.
Right.
Because while this act is all about fairness,
Right.
some experts are worried about how it might affect the program's sustainability.
Oh, okay. So even though it's law now,
Yeah,
it sounds like it's important to stay informed about,
absolutely.
how it all plays out.
Keep an eye on things, yeah.
Yeah. And any future changes.
Exactly, because things could shift.
So to wrap things up, it seems like this Social Security Fairness Act, it's a big deal.
Yeah, no doubt.
It could really change things,
Yeah.
especially for those folks who worked in public service.
Definitely a game changer for them.
Yeah. And for all of us, knowledge is power.
Couldn't agree more.
So take the time, learn about how this act affects you,
Right, do your research.
make informed decisions about your future. That's the most important thing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay. And before we go, I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, shoot.
So beyond, you know, the direct financial impact,
Yeah.
how might this act change the way we talk about retirement planning in general?
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and how we value those who choose a life of public service.
That's a great point. Something to definitely consider.
Something to ponder, yeah.
Absolutely. Lots to unpack there.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.